now it started recording again, so we're good.
Is there?
Yep, it's recording.
I don't think it is. Is it? Do you see any number? I can't see it. Can you read that?
Let's see.
The orange. Jesus.
Yeah, it says 19 seconds.
Good Lord. My eyes are bad. All right.
Okay.
We're back. I don't think we ever were. No, we weren't.
We may have been.
We're starting
No,
now.
no.
We're restarting. Hoping
Restart.
that our... Oh, I want to kill this damn thing.
It's an
Throw it
air.
out. Launch it into space. That's what I want to do. I'm so tired of this. Knock it off. All right. My name is Richard John Walters, and this is my partner, Kiki McBride.
Hi.
And this is the Don't Look Down podcast, number 37. Okay, golly gee whiz. Let's go right there. Here we go, Rich.
It's
coming.
official.
We filed our FEC1 form, and I've sent away the state requirements. I hope and pray are sufficient for forming a political action committee in Pennsylvania, and then you register. All right, so that's the fun. So in case you guys want to do this at home, that's how you do it. So far. All right, you may ask yourself at this point legitimately, all right, Rich, why or how in the hell, why and how probably, how in the hell would you run the United States if you barely got a solo practice in Garfield on Penn Avenue going? Might say, it's a legitimate question. I would need somebody to help me, right? Obviously. Like Trump never held political office. Rich never held political office. You may laugh at the idea of that, but think about it. Fairy tale story. Does democracy work? You know? An individual, a Rocky-like story. You know? Remember Rocky? You sort of like talk like that or something. Anyway, he walks into the pet shop in the movie, and then Adrian's there. So this is the Rocky story. This is my Adrian. I'm Rocky. Political world. Another way to look at this is like Sopranos, right? Like cousin Richie is running for president.
A cleaned up Sopranos.
Right. I got friends of Rich. Friends of Rich are out there, man.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's right, man. We got friends. We do. And what else? All right, so let's just go there. Trump got Mike Pence, and then this time Trump got, I don't think he listens to Vance at all. I think he's got these other guys taking over for him, working on his behalf. Did you notice he dismantled this position was a supervisory position in the federal elections. Thank God the Supreme Court allowed the executive branch to just about do what the fuck it wants, I guess, because it's the executive. Balance of power. Balance of power. What happened to that Supreme Court? Balance of power. Jackasses. Anyway. Oh, mother of God. Where was I going with this? All right. So, who would feel sorry? No, I didn't want to say that. Who would feel no.
Who would feel sorry?
Who would feel sorry for Ritz.
If
No.
they didn't take the opportunity
No,
to
here's how
help
it
the
goes.
political party.
No, this is what I would say.
Mm.
All right, first of all, let me tell you what I would plan broadly. All right, 52 weeks in a year.
Yes.
We doing?
Yeah.
All right, in 50 states. All right. Ballot access. The area of law is called ballot access. States have different rules, obviously, on their ballot access. For example, last time I looked, New Mexico had 250 signatures. Now, I might have to re-examine that at this point to get on their presidential ballot access as an independent candidate. I think that's right. Last time I looked, in New Jersey, they haven't changed the law yet. A person can get on the presidential ballot as an independent in the general election with 800 signatures on the ballot. Okay? Now, West Virginia, what would you think they would do? Well, actually, they make it a lot more difficult than New Mexico and New Jersey. My understanding of what I read was 1% of the people that voted in the last general election, I think I have that right, or last federal election, one of those two, federal or general. That number is the number that you need for ballot access to get on the ballot as an independent presidential candidate in West Virginia. And that number, and I did a little ciphering, like Jethro Bodine, did a little ciphering. And that number is about 10,000. You guys might come up with a different number. So if you go along with me, think big, be big.
Yeah.
If you don't do nothing, then nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
And then, I don't know, man, someone could fucking pick up the torch for me if I, fumble the fucking thing. If we get something going here, a little momentum initiative, and we've gone through this. We have rule of law, strengthen the safety social net, Richard's Railroad, give the guys all the guns they goddamn want, and give the women all the health care they need. Whatever it is, including under that help for children. And then I would, quite frankly, get carried away, but the law, present law in Pennsylvania, I would make a federal law for all 50 states. My argument would be that the Pennsylvania law has undergone considerable litigation since Roe versus Wade. It is still in its present form. And you have told me you don't just waltz in at 16 weeks and try to get right. This is a complicated statute. I cannot regurgitate. I cannot recite the statute. Okay, I'm not ready for that. But I would do that as your grand poobah, and my argument would be that you don't want women traveling interstate to look for health care, all right? There's a risk involved with that. There's all kinds of risks from fetus, sepsis, right? And then there's
Mental health and your mental health. It's the overall well-being of the human that we're concerned about here.
We're getting a fucking car wreck, man. And then we've already had 3 women die on the operating table we know, 3 in Texas, I believe, and 1 in Georgia, where the physicians were not sure what the fuck to do because of the fucking goddamn fucking law after Roe was overturned. Roe versus Wade was overturned. So that's the argument, you know. You don't want women traveling interstate. You want a regular. There is a federal interest in uniformity in everything. All right. There's a federal interest in uniformity in speaking English in all 50 states. Yes, I do believe that. But you can speak Spanish, man, wherever you want, brothers and sisters. And my Latino brothers and sisters. But, man, the federal interest in I don't want to call it Roe versus Wade. I don't want to call it codifying Roe versus Wade. I want to call it codifying safety for women in healthcare and benefits. And then for the people that would be frustrated, and I know there's a lot of people that don't like the law in Pennsylvania, I'd offer a program where women that were in trouble, like, I don't know, say you got a 14-year-old kid or a 16-year-old person, woman, child, coming to the hospital. I make also healthcare. I know people are going to hate to hear this. Abortion is often healthcare. Now, I know that some people use abortion wrongly. Yes, Virginia, they do. But overall, in any instance, from any position, right? I'm saying that right. Am I not?
I mean, okay, there will be a percentage of people who abuse this intervention. There will be, okay. But if we're looking at this in a reasonable manner, it's an emotionally charged, difficult decision that someone has to make. And if they were to choose to make that decision, it needs to be in a healthy, safe, clean environment to make that decision. Also, if they choose to go forward with the pregnancy, then they'll need safety nets, because a lot of people may find themselves pregnant when they are disenfranchised. So moving forward could be difficult after divorce, after domestic violence, underage children. There are a lot of situations where people come into this world and not in ideal situations. It's our job to help people in that situation.
Right. So my answer to people that would not like abortion is, all right, social workers, you'll get a chance to recruit these young women into are you ready for this? I've been like shooting my mouth off about my Jewish brothers and sisters. A kibbutz, like environment building, women helping each other, learning, raising children together.
A safe space.
A safe space. We don't have exes coming over there because we fucking shoot them or beat their ass. I'm kidding. We wouldn't do that. But there is a problem with women in shelters, right? You were telling me. Women end up with shelters with kids, and then they got their fucking asshole exes coming over. So that old fucking thing needs work fixed. Fuck. We got a lot of work to do, right?
Yeah, we do.
Right, all right. And then the last thing, about our political party. Our political party is the Coexistence Coalition, right? That's what we registered as. God, one subject at a time, my head shoots off. All right, the last plank right now is we are we've got coastline, borders, rivers. We are a seafaring power. We should be the number one seafaring power in the world because there are economic benefits to that. I'm not going to drone on with particularity how that works, but I also believe the strong Navy is the heart of this country. As long as, I will always put people ahead of fucking machines and systems and fucking all the fucking machinery. I'll always put people ahead of machinery. All the goddamn fucking money we waste on goddamn fucking ships and planes, and fucking, they had a fucking damn $1 billion boondoggle with fucking drones, I think, most recently. Fucking shitheads. Corrupt bastards. Anyway, going in that direction. So, I gave that to you because we do have ideas, all right? You know, if you have any ideas, like we said before, you know, show up down here.
Or drop them in the comments section below. Let us know what you think, if you find it interesting, or resources that you find interesting, or a model of resources you'd like to see replicated.
Yeah, 5005 Penn Avenue. All right, okay, so here. All right, Mr. Grand Poobah Nizzle, who will lead us into the future. Who's gonna help you? Why would he do that? All right. This guy, all right, let me talk about, like, where do I begin? All right, this thought just entered my head. This guy played tight end at Stanford, all right, and his big rival was Cal Berkeley, and Cal Berkeley is the same color as the West Virginia Mountaineers. All right, that's probably the best reason this guy would be my partner who would share executive decisions with me. And this, I go out, here's, these thoughts are just coming into my head. All right, man, my theory of the case is that America does want a king, but we're a democracy, so we can't have it. What does the king, the sovereign, do in England? I've given this a lot of thought. I'm actually for the monarchy. Why? Because they provide a standard of behavior they should for their country. I don't want to preach to royalty in Great Britain, but you guys are supposed to, women, men, everybody looks up to them. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, I don't need to say that. But Americans want that. We can't do that. But your executive, who, if he's a good entertainer, did you notice the fucking reality star asshole who has been the fucking monster in office? Okay. Some people, I think I can pull this off. You go visit people in the red states one week, and you spend time with them, and then, like, I'm gonna pitch my fucking railroad to them, and then the next week I go on a road trip to an away game to I don't know, Haiti. I want to fix Haiti, not without their permission, obviously, but I want to help them, right? And then the next week I'm going to Alabama, and then the next week I'm going to Mexico, and then the next week I'm going to West Virginia. Right, start with West Virginia. And then the next week, I'm going to Nigeria. I don't know, man. Rough places, man. Rough places that need some help. You know, if they can take, like, the security. You know, you think you run to a place. This is what I understand the problem is. If you went to a disaster scene, or, you know, you impose yourself in another country, you got to bring a lot of heat with you if you got to go to some of these places. I think everybody knows what I mean by that. Anyway, that's my theory of the case. With, you know, I would play the shiny ball everybody looks at, and then my partner and oh my, shall I just name them? And his partner. Oh dear. All right, I'll just spit it out.
You'd like to work with.
Yeah, here. People are going to think I'm a lunatic. This idea could work if I had Cory Booker and Susan Rice to help me do this. Cory Booker, forgive me. Forgive me, Cory Booker. You can't be the angry white guy. America won't take a Malcolm X right now. There's a pissed off white guy right here, you know? Look at me and Donald Trump and what a fucking bum he is, all right? I could be like the fucking Rocky boxer, right, coming up, all right? The goofy white guy. We're all playing roles, right?
Well, yeah, and independently of playing the role to attract attention, we actually have, it's on our heart to change things for people in the US.
Right.
You know, more than playing a role, we need to strategically align ourselves in order to get organized to change some things here.
Right. And so we got to shake things up. So
Yeah,
as
we have
crazy
to
as
shake
this
things up.
idea is, I would obviously have to like go through like 50 weeks of getting fucking on the ballot in all 50 states or damn close to it.
Right.
And one of the problems with the ballot access law is that in a number of the states, you got to name a vice president. But I would plan on going for the relatively low-lying fruit.
No, not low.
No, it's not low-lying, like
Yeah.
the easy stuff to get on. The ballot, I would, for example, I think I can get on in New Jersey with 800. And that's it. I don't have to name a vice president. I'm pretty sure about that. And then I think the same thing is like, for example, New Mexico, 250. That's crazy. In West Virginia, I think I need 10,000, but I don't need the vice president named on the ballot. I don't think, and every state is different, understand? So, Senator Cory Booker might be insulted. A lunatic like me would be would have the temerity to invoke him as a possible partner in the future. But I wouldn't ask him, good sir. Wouldn't impose myself on him until I got my shit, obviously, really together. Fuck. But it's possible, you know?
It's possible.
Anything's possible in God's world. Man, I mean it, you know? Don't give up hope. All right, so that's, and so, yeah, I think I explained, like, and then he, all right, and then let me tell you, all right, this Susan Rice, like, Biden said he needed to name a black woman as vice president. If he had half a fucking brain, which he fucking doesn't, obviously, he would have named Susan Rice. And that would have been good enough. It should have been good enough for him. I don't know. But you know what I think? I think Biden didn't want anybody to outshine him. I think he is a self-centered, oh God, I've had nothing. I don't want to be invoking. Let me tell you about Susan Rice. Born November 17th, 1964. Oh, Richard John Walters was born November 15th, 1961. Same year as Barack Obama. I see stars. It's all coming together. It's cosmic. See it? It's cosmic. All right. Is an American former diplomat, policy advisor, and public official. As a member of the Democratic Party, Rice served as the 22nd director of the United States Domestic Policy Council from 2021 to 2023. All right. The 22nd director of the United States Domestic Policy Council. All right. Well, I think, here, let me see. I don't want to read about what that is. I think I know what it is. But she should have been vice president, all right? Not fucking director of the fucking United States Domestic Policy Council. Biden, idiot. As the 27th U.S. ambassador to the United Nations from 2009 to 2013, and as the 23rd U.S. National Security Advisor, from 2013 to 2017. I thought I saw her as Undersecretary of State for Hillary Clinton during Obama's years, so I might have that wrong. And honestly, you know what I thought? I thought, why the hell isn't this woman running more stuff? I don't know. I was really impressed with her. I've always thought, oh yeah, and here's like my old sob story. Like, I never got into politics, you know, because I had my like little breakdown in 1997 when I was 35 or whatever, you know. So I'm like the football player that always wanted to make the pros but fucking blew out his knee or whatever. I'm like all bummed out and I won't give it up, you know. So I like this guy that sees all the talent but can't be part of the game. That's where I'm at, man. I think I see the talent. I can't be part of the game, right? Well,
That's not said, that you can't be part of the game.
well, right. I mean, anyways, it's time to get in the game.
Yeah.
What else? She served on President Bill Clinton's National Security Council. People may or may not like to hear that. I think it's a good experience. And was the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs at the State Department from 1997 to 2001. Appointed at the age of 32, Rice was then the youngest person to have served as a regional Assistant Secretary of State. Yeah, so that's where I saw her. Rice's tenure saw significant changes in U.S. Africa policy, including the passage of the African Growth Opportunity Act, support for democratic transitions in South Africa and Nigeria, and increased focus on fighting HIV and AIDS. All right, so anyways.
Big issues.
Right. Humbly. Cory Booker might say, "You're a lunatic, Richard Walters. I don't want to hear you mention my name again." Again, I got to get my shit together, Senator Booker. Humbly, sir. And Susan Rice, humbly. If I ever really get my shit together, you would be my chief of staff. I would like you to do that. Wouldn't that be great? You know who Cory Booker is? He's sharp, man. He's like, they'll say, he's connected to AIPAC. Hey, great time to cut him loose. Get some more money from him and cut him loose. Senator Booker.
There are options.
There are options.
There are options.
We got options.
That's right.
And then Ms. Susan Rice. I guess I'd call her Ambassador Rice. Oh, man. I don't know. I think I'd call her Ms. Susan Rice until I know her at all.
Which would be an honor.
And there for a long period after it, including. But she's really sharp. And then she could put together a staff after all the damage Trump has done. She would be in a place to assess it, I think, because although I said Biden wasted her, ironically, Rice served as the 22nd director of the United States Domestic Policy Council. United States Domestic Policy Council. She might have an intricate knowledge of all the, oh God, what the hell did Elon Musk do? The drone, dome, what the hell? Ugh. Doge. All that Doge damage crap and all that. Her and Cory Booker would know, between them, would know how to put together everything in our federal government, and then I'd name as Attorney General, forgive me, another man who has achieved so much more than I have, the district attorney in New York City. Yeah, the guy that tried Trump and convicted him. And it's a stupid case, blah, blah, blah. You know how you get rid of problems in society? Every time they break the law, you prosecute them. If you don't want a problem around, you prosecute him. If he's broken the law, you prosecute him. You don't sit there and pick and choose. If you got a problem, prosecute him. I mean, you should prosecute him anyway, all the time. I mean, there should be... It can't be lax. There has to be a standard, man. Fuck. Anyway, the brother, who was... Oh, my God. I need to look at... Do you have your phone?
No, babe, I don't.
Damn it. How are we doing? Oh, good Lord, help me. God, help me, Jesus. Please. I should get that gentleman's name. Come on, coming through for me. I'm sorry. Oh man, turd buckets. Forget it. Oh, poo. One more try, that's it. I got a lot of respect for this guy who's district attorney in Manhattan. I wanted to get his name. We're so high tech here. We're so high tech here. Oh, now, Richie, come on, buddy. Manhattan District Attorney. Alvin Bragg. Yes. Sir. That's a pretty good lineup right there. And Richie is the shiny ball that goes out and entertains, plays the sovereign, the guy that's had his ass kicked, quite frankly, the Jesus person. We sure are, aren't we? We ain't playing. We'll do some preaching on Sundays. That's what we intend to do. And so, those are my thoughts, right? I told you what I want to do, what we want to do. I don't expect those people I've just talked about to take me seriously until, quite frankly, I got my shit together. Don't blame them. And then you think about whatever build out. Well, we need money. We have a bank account. We don't even have a damn GoFundMe set up yet. We'll do that. We're gonna have events here. I got a building, okay? We got a headquarters, 5005 Penn Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, 15224. Our answer to QAnon is the Red Dragons, okay? It's a good psyops operation to have people doing good deeds. And we're gonna train them in boxing, wrestling, and firearms. Yeah. Somebody wants to build an army? We can build an army. We can do that. You want to play? I like to play. All right. Where's it going? we do good deeds. Do you defend the women, the weak, and the poor? We're calling upon Arthurian legend. I'm Welsh. I can play. We are the Red Dragons. That's our answer to QAnon. I could talk about that for a while.
Empowering people.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
in the little ways and in the big ways.
Right. You know, and then the whole coexistence thing is sharing and caring, all right? In the rule of law, it's sharing and caring with an edge, all right, man? We're going to share and care. And we're going to enforce the rule of law from Wall Street to Main Street. Or what else? Damn it. All right, you know, build out. Like, what would a campaign look like? Well, we're going to raise money for, we're going to need a web designer. We're going to have events here every first Friday, maybe more often. Oh, we're working on it.
We're
So,
working on it.
yeah. So that's, if I was Irish in Ireland, this is the way they talk, as I understand it. That's the crack. That's what they say. What are people talking like? That's the crack. That's what I've been told they say. I don't know. I feel like calling, that's the dope. That's the fresh dope I'm fucking giving you. What's going on here? When we say anything happens, oh, we're not done. Here. What was I going to say? Oh, God. I wanted to talk about how this works. We always usually do a sermon Sunday here because the world is so miserable. But I did get all the paperwork filed, so he felt like telling you guys about that. You know, look out ahead, and we're going to try to get our act together. And then I was going to preach about just a little, you know, these Protestant pastors, all right, this is what Jesus said himself about money and taking money and preaching. Jesus Christ himself says this. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons, freely give what you have received. No. Freely you have received, freely give. I'm sorry I said that wrong. Freely you have received, Mr. Apostle Guy. Now you freely give. Right? This was a direction that Jesus gave to his own apostles. All right? And then footnotes, the Greek word traditionally translated leprosy was used for various diseases affecting the skin. All right. The Greek word leprosy, the Greek word for leprosy, traditionally translated for various diseases affecting the skin. So it's general admonition to his apostles. Now, conveniently, our modern day yahoos, I'm sorry, who sit there, preach everything from effing snake handling to you have to have a personal relationship with your Jesus Christ. You sit there and collect money. Have you ever been around these guys collecting money? I don't know. So anyways, right, I'm not going to put you on the spot. Anyways, these idiots, you know, they're not trained in Scripture at all. I don't think they, they're a bunch of idiots. So you might say, Rich, well, all right, you're right, Rich. So why should we go to any church? I want people that are interested in Christianity to go to the Greek Orthodox Church because, like I like to say, they get the least wrong. No, but they feel like they have the best. I don't think anybody gets it all right. They got it the best. And I want them, that's the go-to people. Because I think the Orthodox Christian Church in America drops the ball too many times. You know, there's some preachers that are, quite frankly, deficient. And I think the powers that be at St. Deacon, I'm sorry, need to get off your butts. Yank some of these guys that should be in monasteries out of these churches. Too many guys running around, man. Get them out. Get some young blood in there. Get a young, and you know, in the Orthodox Christian Church, the big difference with the Roman Catholic Church is that priests can get married. Among the differences. That's what needs to be done. Anyways, Greek Orthodox Christian, Greek Orthodox. Yeah, I want you to pick up on that church. And the idea is transmission of the faith. Transmission of the faith to children. The faith is transmitted down. People like to laugh at the idea of the apostolic succession. I do not. That is a laying on of hands. Peter laid them on somebody, man. They laid it on somebody else. And then they laid it on somebody else. And they laid it on down the line. And we believe that that apostolic concession is in the Greek Orthodox Church. And there's some other things. And if you think about it, like, well, you know, we could sit there and meet every week without collecting any money and just be here. But that really wouldn't help. I mean, you've got to build a structure, right? If you want to have like a hall, let's say you want to play some rock and roll, man, every week, right? You got to build a nice place and you meet there. It takes a little money. And you got to buy some speakers and stuff. Might have some music and stuff you want to play. Well, that's a rough analogy to why you want to maintain a mainline church like the Greek Orthodox needs money. I'm a big advocate. You know.
Or the community center next to the railroads. You know, it's where people can meet and have a third place and play their music and,
yeah, right on.
and interact with people. It doesn't have to be under the guise of religion. It can also be a social event. It can be a community event. But the more we communicate with our neighbors and the people around us, we understand where the need lies, and we understand who the doers are, who's willing to roll up their sleeves and help change things. And changing things in your neighborhood changes things on a bigger scale.
Well said, honey. That was good. I was droning on too long about the Greek. Whatever. I was just going to say, they might laugh at the idea of me telling people to go to the Greek Orthodox Church.
Okay.
I mean, I am saying it in all sincerity. All right. Oh,
People
what else?
are going to laugh anyhow.
Right, who that?
You know, what in the world? Just keep, you know, we're all doing our best. Let's keep it
Right.
forward, roll up our sleeves, and make it better for others. And let them laugh. What's the big deal?
Right. Yeah, man. Okay. I think I tied it up, I think, where I wanted to go with it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Remember,
Always
like,
a pleasure,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry, I always like to say every week that,
Yeah.
all right, this is our 37th podcast. Thank God. And then, thank God, we got
Paperwork
the
done?
FEC stuff done, I
Good
think
deal,
is
huh?
correct. And then, yeah,
That's a big deal.
paperwork and money. Paperwork and collecting money. You know what I like about money? I like giving it away. I like spending it on stuff that I can give to people. And I just, but like asking people for money.
That's hard. That's a hard call.
I hate panhandling, man. I hate shaking down people for money. We're gonna have to, whatever, we'll figure it
Well,
out.
we're just gonna need some help getting where we wanna be.
Yeah, so we ain't asking tonight.
That's right.
We're just saying hello. Again. Hello again. Hello. Goodbye for now. Here, I'm 64 years old. I'm running to be our nation's grand poobah. And I like to give you a little advice because I took some knocks along the way.
Right.
I just want to, say the Jesus thing is real for me and my baby. And, the spiritual value of acceptance, if you're going to survive this far and have some integrity, because you got to deal with, maybe something in your past, maybe something has done something to you, or you've done something to yourself, or things just happened, the whole sky fell in on you. You got to do work around, man. Somehow you got to fill that hollow space with work, art, music, something, man. And then the other thing is hope. Like you develop hope, in a project, man. Maybe you want to put on a play or something, man. Hope, learn some music, man. Go to an open mic, and you develop hope. You hope you're gonna play well. That's always fun, right? I hope you're having fun. Or the hope of so many ways to hope. I hope my dog greets me when I come to the door. It could be anything, man. Have hope. Develop some hope. I don't want to hear anybody that says I don't have any more hope. You got to develop hope, man. Get happy. I don't know. Sorry, that's another day. Anyways, what else? And keep your chin up because you're gonna get knocked around, man. All right. And keep going. All right, that's all we got, right, baby? Thanks. All right.
Have a good night. Thank you.
See ya.